Welcome into our first edition of Sit Down with the Matsu Miners. On today's edition, we have assistant coach Tyler Lebrun and pitching coach Jeff Urlaub. So thank you two for coming on today, and we'll sort of just hop right into things with what is your baseball background. So we can start out with you, Jeff. What sort of got you into baseball, and then how did it lead to where you are now?
I played high school baseball and a little bit of college ball, so obviously I learned the game from my father. And after high school, I was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays, Devil Rays at the time, and chose to go to college, and then spent 5 years in college at 3 schools before finally turning pro.
Awesome. And Ty, kind of give us your little background on baseball.
I also started in Little League.
Very
I played 4 years of high school, and then got recruited by South Mountain Community College in Phoenix, and played there for about a year and a half, and then had some shoulder problems. I did not get drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays, unfortunately, but once I got on the South, I headed down to the U of A, University of Arizona, just for school. So.
All right, and Jeff, we'll throw it back to you. You mentioned you got drafted. So what was it like to play sort of in a major league organization and through the minors throughout those years?
I mean, for kids growing up, it's a dream come true. You know, everyone's like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a big leaguer. And that was my dream. I know that was Ty's dream. So once you kind of see the reality of it, getting picked and knowing that you're part of like a special group of guys of talent-wise, it's gratifying, but at the same time, it's just the beginning of where you want to go. With how many levels of minor leagues are, like, you don't really know the grind that you're getting into day in and day out, which you hope to make a living doing.
And what are some like just crazy, funny stories maybe of some big leaguers that you were with in spring training or throughout the minors?
I don't know.
Can you tell those?
I don't think I could. Those aren't appropriate. There's some good ones though. There's some good ones. I saw a guy lose $10,000 on one card. In a deck of cards.
Jeez. Well then. All right, well, Ty, I know you didn't make it professionally in baseball, unfortunately, but talk about your little stint on the golf course, being a professional golfer.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. So when I went down to U of A, I got a part-time job while I was going to school, and it was on a golf course. And I'd played a little bit growing up, but I started playing a lot and got somewhat decent. And then when I graduated from the U of A, I didn't want to go get a real job, so I went back to Phoenix, and I told my parents, I was like, hey, I kind of want to give this a run, and they were fully supportive. And I did about 8 months of it. It was a cool experience. Like, just the grind that you had to go through. Like, I wouldn't compare it necessarily to the grind he did with playing professional baseball, but it was an experience of a lifetime, that's for sure. And it made me more disciplined now, I think, as a person. So.
And we'll kind of keep it with you. I know you have some sort of Alaska Baseball League connections with some of your brothers. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, that's funny actually. So my youngest brother Calvin played here twice, once in 15 and once again in 17. And it's funny because when we first got up here and I was being introduced to like the staff and everyone that works with us and everyone around town, it would never start with, hey, this is our assistant coach Tyler Lebrun. They would say, hey, do you remember Calvin Lebrun? And they would say, yeah. And they'd be like, well, this is his brother. And that's, So, no, but, in all honesty, I got to come up here a couple years ago and watch Cal play. And it was such a cool experience because I never did this summer college ball thing. And, when you first think of coming up to Alaska, you don't know what you're really getting into. So I got to come spend 3 or 4 days up here with my brother, and it was such a cool experience. And then when BT called me this before the summer started asking if I wanted to come up, it was a no-brainer. So.
And how cool is it now? You got to obviously watch your brother play in this league. How cool is it to be on the field and coaching it with this great support of the community?
It's a pretty cool experience. If you would have asked me that 3 years ago, like would I be coaching like some of the best college players in the country up in the ABL, I would have said you're crazy. But no, it's a really cool experience knowing that he got to play at this level and play on this field, and now I get to come out here and coach every day. So.
And Jeff, we'll kind of throw it back over to you. What are you sort of, if you have any Alaska connections about the baseball league, how did you hear about it?
None. I got a call from BT probably in September saying, hey, you have no idea who I am, but you're highly recommended. Do you want the job? And I was like, I need more details. Like, what am I doing? Where am I going? And, once he explained the situation, I was like, yeah, I mean, my goal, obviously, now that I'm retired from baseball is, hopefully get back to the big leagues as a coach. And if this is a start, to help me grow as a coach, this is only my second full year coaching period. It's a great opportunity, and the talent level is way more beyond than the high school level that I coach at. But the players and I can relate very similar because they're close to possibly achieving the dream that that I was able to do. So it kind of helps, both players and myself, in relating back and forth to each other.
And I guess you guys can both kind of mention it. When did you sort of realize that after your playing career was over that you wanted to be a baseball coach, or like what kind of drove you to become to that point?
Probably in 2012 was when I got done playing golf and doing all that, and my youngest brother, was playing at the high school I coach at now at Sunny Slope in Phoenix, and the head coach at the time, who still is there now, I played for a little bit, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to join the staff?" And I was like, I said, "Yeah, no, but seriously," I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And we went on to win a state championship that first year, and I was hooked. But it's funny because I used to think it was such a knock. My college coach, after I got hurt, had told me that you're going to make a better coach than you are a player. And at the time, I was like, "Wow, this dude's just roasting me." But in reality, I think it's accurate. Like, I was a pretty good player, but a coach, I can relate to these kids. I'm still young enough to relate with them, and I just love coaching in general. It's a blast, especially up here. So
it would have started in 2016. I got released at a spring training by the A's, and I knew my arm was kind of failing again, so I went to play dependent ball to try to get picked up one more time. And once I kind of saw the writing on the wall with my arm going and my age, I remember the day I retired, the first phone call I made was to my high school coach, and I simply said, "Hey, when I retire from baseball, do you mind if I coach with you?" And he said, "Yeah, absolutely." And I said, "Okay, well, I'm getting on a plane." I just hung him up, and I was in his office the next day, and he was great teaching me the other side of things. As a player, you compete on the field. As a coach, you try to compete against their other coaches, or you try to prepare your kids more than the other coaches. And it's a chess match, but competing is what I love to do, and if I can't do it physically on the field, in the dugout's where I want to be.
Players, what experiences do you bring up?
For our guys here, I tell them exactly how it is. Our throwing programs, our workout programs, our running programs, our arm care, everything that our guys do, I did for 6 years. And it's something that the quicker they learn it and the quicker their body learns it, it'll really give them advantage towards the future. They ask for stories day in and day out, and I'm happy to share my experiences, because if there's something that I can do to help them along the way, whether it's one little thing that gets them to the next level, I've done my job.
And we'll kind of throw back into both your playing days, or maybe it comes from your coaching days. What's been your favorite baseball moment so far in your life? It could be anything. Maybe it's watching baseball, playing, coaching. It could be any of those things.
I'm going to let you go this. I'm going to start this one off.
Probably the first one was winning a state championship my senior year. Kind of going out on top was pretty spectacular. And then I would probably say the best part, of my playing career was the day I got drafted. It was kind of all the hard work and the ups and downs that I had, having Tommy John surgery, transferring schools. The roller coaster of a career that I had to finally say, "Hey, I made it, but there's still a lot more work to do," and to be able to share with my family was probably one of the most special times on the baseball related that I've been able to have.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. My first year coaching, I got to coach my youngest brother, which was pretty special, alongside my dad, which is, most people can't say they've done that. And that was pretty cool. So I got to do that for about 3 years. We almost had Cal back up this summer here, which would have been cool again, but that's no doubter.
So now we'll kind of just get a little more personal, have some fun with it. What's your favorite baseball movie of all time?
The Natural, Robert Redford.
That's horrible.
Why is it bad?
It's not bad, but let's be real. I'd have to say Bull Durham. Yeah.
Why would you pick that?
Why not? The real question is, why wouldn't you pick that? So
I personally have never seen it.
Okay, you need to leave.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, that's cool. All right, so who's like your favorite artist? What's your favorite kind of music to listen to?
Drake.
Yeah,
that was
favorite
easy.
album.
Take Care.
Take Care.
Yeah, his old stuff is good.
You get in the feels a lot.
Yeah, like we were driving to the game the other day, and all the players were like, "Oh man, Drake's trash," and I was like, "No, just listen." So I played a lot of his old stuff, and they're on it now. So, yeah, Drake, no doubt.
Do you sit in a quiet, dark room and listen to Marvin's Room?
You've been talking to players, haven't you?
No, if you say you like Drake and you like the older stuff, typically you're in the fields a lot.
You've been talking to my players.
No.
All right. I'm not gonna answer that question. But
What about you, Jeff? What kind of music do you listen to?
Big country guy. Florida Georgia Line's probably up there. That's
right.
one of my favorites. Some Drake, but no, I don't sit in a quiet, dark room. No, country's my thing. Every now and then I'm starting to get on this hip hop that these guys are listening to, but I think it's terrible. See, 90s rap is good,
that's
but
different.
this stuff
nowadays
is brutal.
Yeah.
Well, it's not all of it's bad.
It's pretty bad.
Drake, J. Cole.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah. But
Okay.
Kanye.
Lil Pump or
Lil
whatever.
Pump.
There's like 9
6ix9ine.
littles.
You're not a big 6ix9ine
No,
guy.
whatever they are now. Not our style. We're too old for that.
Yeah, that's. You get Eminem,
Oh, there you
50
go.
Cent,
Yeah.
Ludacris. You get them
Kanye.
going. Kanye, that's more our style.
Yeah.
So, what's something that people may not know about you guys, or like, what's a hidden talent that one of you may have?
I'm really good with computers. Like, legit.
So can you code? Can you like
Okay.
come up with a whole website?
Take it easy, bro.
Well, you just said you were good.
I just meant like
I can turn on a computer too, but I don't go around saying I'm good at computers.
Now he's attacking me.
This
No, I'm just like
is
good
over.
with like if my cable goes down, I can figure it out. Like,
Okay, no, that's
Yeah,
impressive.
easy.
I
I'm
can't do
good
that.
Easy,
with
pay your
setting
bill.
stuff up.
It's
Like, you know what? Get this question. Next guy, you're up.
I don't have a clue. I mean, I'm a pretty good cook, so I would say.
Oh, that's good. What's your favorite dish to make?
Ooh.
Yeah, Jeff, what's your favorite dish to make? Because I haven't seen it yet this summer.
That's because we crush the snack bar every night.
It's true.
I would probably say steak, mashed potatoes, and asparagus.
Oh,
This dude been all summer.
Yeah.
See, I do believe this because like when we talked before we came up here, and he'd like always tell me what he'd be making. This dude knows how to cook. I'm over here,
lot of
I'm over here
trial
like
and
making
errors,
grilled
yeah.
cheese and stuff, and this dude's sliding us filet mignon, you know?
yeah.
Chipotle chicken tacos.
Ooh.
I mean,
He knows what he's doing.
I do.
So did you guys all like hang out or something before you came up to Alaska?
We met a few times, but friend request me on Facebook, and I'm like, who's this guy? And then I realized, oh yeah, I'm coaching with this guy, but I don't think I've ever seen this guy before.
Okay, that's just rude. It's been smooth so far. No fist
I
fights
agree.
yet,
Not yet.
so that's good.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' favorite TV show?
To be honest, Entourage is
Yep.
probably my go-to.
Really?
Like
Yep.
I'm watching it again right now. It's probably like the 1,000th time I've watched the whole all the seasons. But Ozarks on Netflix is a game changer. It's Jason Bateman. Is it?
Yeah.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Thriller.
All right.
Yeah, check it out.
Cool. What about you, Jeff?
Entourage is a big one. I'm gonna catch grief for this one, but
Oh boy.
a bunch of my buddies back home, we do bachelor brackets, and we throw money in.
Hey, nothing wrong
And there's,
with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I mean, hey,
Hey, you sit in the room and listen to Marvin's room by yourself.
yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't won a bracket yet.
That's good. That's a
I've-
positive though.
I've lost a lot of money, but it is what it is. Entourage is definitely up there. Man, I'm trying to think.
How I Met Your Mother's good.
How I Met Your Mother's
Yeah,
a good
that's a
one.
good
and
one.
then
my favorite show.
Another good classic old one that I'm an early riser on the weekends on VH1. Saved by the Bell.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know they
Throwback.
put that
With
one
Zach
back out there,
Morris.
yeah.
That's if I see that on and Kelly Kapowski, I'm hooked.
on the road a lot traveling with baseball. What's your go-to gas station snack?
Well, no, it's funny
so it would be
because-
a drink and like some type of snack food, like multiple snack foods. Like, what's your go-to?
Probably like a Dr. Pepper, because who doesn't love a good Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
And then like
Can or bottle? Or fountain?
fountain.
Fountain?
Yeah,
Okay.
fountain Dr. Pepper is way better. But then probably like a Laffy Taffy stick or whatever. yeah. Sherry or no, for real.
What?
Yeah, no, for real.
That's a good combo.
No, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you haven't
I like
lived
it.
if you haven't tried it. I'm not a big chocolate guy at all.
Okay.
So like Laffy Taffy or Swedish Fish. Yeah.
Sweet, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That's
better.
fish.
It's better.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Ooh, I'm a big Diet Coke guy.
Can, bottle, fountain.
Fountain preferably, if
Check your
not,
offense.
if not,
Yeah, bottles everywhere.
if not a bottle. And then probably go-to snack would be Gardettos.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a sweets guy by any means.
Okay.
But Gardettos or
What are Gardettos? I've never heard of them.
that's because you haven't lived yet.
No,
Well,
it's like
That's true.
you know, like the mix of chips. Like we get pretzels and you get like
Yeah.
the
Like
combination.
the pub mix type deal?
Kind of like
Similar
that.
to that, but
Oh,
But
better.
like an
All right.
Italian kick to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Italian kick
Definitely.
to it.
It's got like breadsticks, bagel chips.
We had one the other day on the road. You should
Really?
try some. Yeah.
We had
You
like
didn't
9
get the
bags.
invite.
I was up in the press box probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, no candy though. Probably Gardettos or trail mix. I'm a big trail mix fan too.
All right, so if you guys have any questions for me or anything else you want to talk about, now's the time.
It's time to flip the script. What made you want to get into broadcasting?
I knew when I was real little that I wanted to, because whenever I played video games or watched sports on TV, I'd always broadcast them. So I'd literally like be playing like 2K and calling games. And I was about in the 4th or 5th grade when I realized I wasn't talented enough at like all the sports I played, so I wouldn't go that far in them. So I figured I'd just try to broadcast them. So that's kind
I got another one.
of early realization.
Fire it. I got one coming.
Favorite
Good.
social media app?
Favorite Snapchat for sure.
Oh,
Especially
he's a
with
kid.
especially with all the
millennials.
updates. Like you go to the sidebar, like I can catch a whole episode of SportsCenter in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can do that on MySpace too.
You just have a MySpace.
You can
profile?
turn on a TV and watch it.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I can do that too. But what if I'm about to broadcast a game and I gotta?
Then watch the rerun when you get home.
What if I don't have time to watch? What if I have to edit this video?
He's
You,
quick.
you
dude.
still
He's
have time.
burning
You
right now.
always have time to watch SportsCenter.
I mean, I did wake up when I was little, an hour before I was supposed to, and watch SportsCenter. That's a true story.
Priorities.
So thank you to assistant coach Tyler Lebrun and pitching coach Jeff Urlaub for appearing on our first episode of Sit Down with the Matsu Miners. It's been an absolute blast. This has been Brad Walker, and we'll see you next time.